Curious George and the Pizza Party. George was a little monkey and always very curious. Today, he wasn't just curious, he was excited, so excited. In fact, that he was turning flip and standing on his head. A little girl in George's building had invited him to the pizza party. George had never been at a pizza party before, but he loved party and he loved pizza, so he knew it had to be good. George, it's time for the pizza party, said the man with the yellow hat. Have fun and remember to be on your best behavior. George got to the party in perfect time. Hi, George, called out the little girl, but oh, what was all this? The children was wearing blue high top hat and checkered apron. George had a hat and apron too. Then as the best way to come, they weren't just eat the pizza. We were going to make it too. Everyone will get a piece of pizza dough to roll out and make a special pizza, explained the grandmother. There were many little lumps of dough. But first, let's play some games, she said. Everyone went to the living room to play pin the pepperoni the pizza. Everyone that escaped George. He is curious about the George piece of dough. George threw and threw. A lot of little piece of dough was good. Maybe one huge one even the better. He gathered a lump of dough together and squeezed and squashed them until they became the very biggest piece of dough he ever seen. What fun! Maybe rolling it would be more fun. George poured flour on the table, and he rolled and rolled the dough with a rolling pin. He knocked the sack of flour. Dump! The flour like snow lying on the floor of the kitchen. George liked snow, so he didn't mind at all. So soon he had gotten the dough nice and thin. But the thinner it got, the farther it spread out. Before he knew it, the dough covered the table, then the chairs, and then George. With about the flour, it started to stick to everything. Including George. George started to think maybe the dough was better in small pieces after all. George got a pair of scissors and began cutting the dough in a lot of different shapes. He thought everyone must be pleased. George, what have you done to the kitchen? The little grandmother didn't look very happy. I think it's time for you to go, Tom, now. How surprised and sad George was. Just then, the children burst into the kitchen and saw the mess that George had made. George, what happened? asked one boy. The other two looked at the shape George had made with wide eyes. Wow, George, I never seen pizza dough like that before, said the little girl, smiling. Well, said her mother, if you can update mouse quickly, George, I suppose you can still stay to make pizza. The children all helped George clean the kitchen. He is lucky to have so many good friends. As they walk, they talk about the pizza. I'm going to make a pizza that looks like a star, said one little boy. And I'm going to make one like a house, said a girl. of the kitchen was clean, the real fun began. All of the children picked out perfect piece of dough right to work. They spun tomato sauce and sprinkled the cheese. They add a lot of vegetable and pepperoni. The pizza looked wonderful. One looked like a label, another like a stop sign. Stop sign is this, and still another like a balloon. There was a pizza that curious like George. Well, George, said the little grandmother, the pizza tastes great, and thank you, they're wonderful too. Everyone agreed. It was the best pizza anyone had ever seen or tasted. For the second time that day, George was so happy that he turned flame and stood on his head. Of course, it was a little harder to turn with so much pizza in the belly, but George didn't mind. It had been a wonderful pizza party. You got this, but I don't have this. I move it. Okay, bye-bye.